Hello and welcome to the second episode of JHN Travels. Last episode I explored Akaroa and started my journey in Christchurch, and today the journey continues in Christchurch, and then I'm going to be going to Lake Tekapo in the middle of the South Island. So first, previously I explored North Hagley Park where I am right now again, but carrying a big rucksack which weighs about the weight of an elephant. But I'm going to continue with Christchurch right now. So yesterday I went to the lovely Willowbank Park. It's a nature reserve and such an amazing place. So I'm going to explain my thoughts on that in a second, but first let's just give you a few images of this beautiful place. Here's the nature at Willowbank Park. Take a look at this. It was really such an amazing place. You really got up close with the animals, and to be honest, this whole journey began and started as a nature point of view. This is why I picked these countries to come to, because of the nature. It was by far the best zoo / wildlife park I've ever been to in my 19 years, and I've only been in New Zealand for less than a week, so it was absolutely amazing. All the creatures were so friendly. It was a real up close encounter. It wasn't, oh, here's a few animals in cages. You walk through the aviaries. So not only did you get to see all the native New Zealand species, but there was also a section for introduced species into New Zealand. And it was really amazing to see things like the kiwi in its natural habitat foraging for food. Things like the kia, which is a bird with a huge beak that's known for eating rubber on cars here. Monkeys and birds and geese and emus and wallabies, all sorts of animals, and it was really amazing to get up close with them. So an amazing day, quite a long journey to get there, but totally worth it. So that was Willowbank. Let's talk a bit more about Christchurch, because this is my last day in Christchurch. Christchurch is a bit of a sad story really. A year ago on Valentine's Day 2016 there was an earthquake, and as you walk around it today you can see there's a lot of improvements being made, a lot of construction work, a lot of road works. The whole sort of town is being rebuilt as such. It's a little bit outdated. In a way that could be good. Lots of people are on their mobiles here. There's a lot more friendly atmosphere, a bit like I suppose how England would be post-war and after the war, before technology came in. But as I said, it's an amazing place. It's very green. It's not very built up. It's quite behind the times. But a great place to have a few days in. I don't think you could have any more than maybe 4 to 5 days here. There's not loads to do. You sort of have to go to the outskirts to find stuff like Willowbank Nature Reserve, which is a 2-hour walk from the centre. The coast again is another 2 hours. In a few words, empty, scenic, and a bit obscure. It's certainly not your standard capital city. And if you were dropped in, you didn't know where you were, you wouldn't suppose that this was sort of the capital of the South Island of New Zealand. Hello, good morning. I'm just walking to the centre of Christchurch, and this is what I was talking about. Very run down. I feel Christchurch is a perfect place for travellers to start their journey, because it's a daunting process to begin in the middle of, say, somewhere like South America, where the culture and the whole array of things is completely different. Here's very similar to England, so it's a nice settling in place to get used to the travelling experience before you start getting used to the differences in the countries. But anyway, that's enough for Christchurch. I'll see you next in Lake Tekapo, which is meant to be one of the most scenic places in the South Island. Thank you very much. It's amazing how quickly things change here. A couple of days ago I was in Akaroa, which is the equivalent of Cornwall in England. Then an hour and a half away is Christchurch, your standard English town. And now I'm in the America of New Zealand. This is Lake Tekapo. And in my opinion, home to one of the best footpath bridges in the world. Hello, so I'm just about to go up Mount Cook in a minute, which is over there behind me. Hopefully the plan is that I get some stunning views of this beautiful lake behind me. It's really hot today. I think it's about 26 or 27 at the moment. I just want to talk a bit of geography, because if you look behind me on the mountains, there's loads of clouds that are just above them, and that's no coincidence. What happens is the air across the lake, where it has a big surface, blows across, and then it hits the mountains and is forced up, and that warm air evaporates, turns into water vapour and forms the clouds all above. Hello, so I've just started climbing Mount Cook, and already it looks like a really steep path, and the lake's in the background. You can see it through the trees. There it is, just there. So as I said, I'll keep updating you as I move along, but it's a lovely walk through this giant pine forest. Behind me you can see a massive landslide, and that's due to there being less trees. You can see there's no trees in this area. Now pretty much all of the area is surrounded by trees, and the roots of those trees are holding the land together. So when there's a lack of trees in an area, you get these massive landslides. If you take a look behind me, you can see the aftermath of a mudslide gone right down here. So behind me is the peak. Not far to go now. Behind me is the Mackenzie Basin, and the reason it's called a basin is because it's surrounded by all the mountains on the background, including this one here, Mount Cook. The peak's right up there somewhere, so I'm going to try and get to the top. Brilliant view so far, but I've come to see Lake Tekapo from the top of here, so let's continue. Now I've done a lot of walks in my life, but the views really don't get better than that. That is Lake Tekapo, and the whole valley here you can see behind is carved out by the glacier of Tekapo millions of years ago, leaving the lakes behind. And that's why the water is so crystal blue, because it's meltwater of the glaciers. I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this, then please do give it a like. If you want to see more, then subscribe and turn on the notifications, and that would be highly appreciated too. If you want to read more, you can read my blogs, thanks to Hope. Thank you, Hope, for editing those for me. I'm writing them, Hope's editing them, so you can check out my website for blogs. Thank you so much for all your support and everything. This is JHN Travels, and I'll end it there. Bye bye, see you later.